Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. We're glad that you're here. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
And together we're Backyard Musings, the Science and Technology channel.
Yep, and we are talking about another bug this afternoon. So, start out talking about bees. I guess bees are considered a bug, right?
Yeah.
And now we're talking about a beetle. So, here we go.
A newly discovered beetle on campus has led to the first major update in Japanese ladybird classification in 50 years. A routine look at a campus pine tree has led to an unexpected scientific discovery. At Kyushu University in Japan, researchers have identified a previously unknown species of ladybird beetle living in plain sight, underscoring how much biodiversity can still go unnoticed even in familiar places. And Scott's happy that I'm taking this section too. The species, named Parastethorus pinicola, was found on Japanese black pine trees at the university's Hakozaki Satellite campus. Despite decades of insect research in Japan, this tiny beetle had escaped attention until now. Would you like to know more?
You know, not only do you like saying those words, you say them a lot better than I do. You have passion about saying those words, the big words. Okay. The finding reported in Entomologica Musi Naturalis. Is that Prague?
Prague. Oh, maybe it looks like it's Latin.
This is a publication, I'm going to imagine, right? On March 7th of 2025, emerged from a 3-year investigation focused on revising the classification of the tribe Stethorina, a group of very small ladybirds, which are bugs, that feed on spider mites. This work represents the first comprehensive update of this group in Japan in more than 50 years. Okay. They've been slacking.
Yeah, so insects get trapped in the web. The spiders eat the insects. The beetles eat the spiders. Huh. Okay.
Circle of life.
Yeah, circle of life. Quote, I knew that this group of ladybirds often inhabits pine trees since there are Japanese black pines growing at the Hakozaki Satellite. I decided to look there, and that is where I found the new species, explains Ryota Seki, a PhD student at the Entomological Laboratory, Graduate School of Resource and Bioenvironment Sciences, and the first author of the study. Continuing his quote, normally insect collectors do not pay much attention to pine trees, which is perhaps why scientists have overlooked the species for so long.
Well, until they start to die, because we have that issue here, right? Bark beetles are attacking our pine trees and killing them, and then they catch on fire, and it's not good. Okay, so the species Parastethorus pinicola, whatever. I just butchered that one. I'm not going to spell it to you either because it'd take me too long. Takes its name from its association with pine habitats and is extremely small. The beetle measures just over 1 millimeter in length and appears as a tiny black insect that can be easily missed in the field.
Yeah, 1 millimeter? That's tiny.
That's pretty small, yep.
Like the size of a tick.
Yeah, that's pretty small.
All right, quote, small black ladybirds like these have not been studied much because they're incredibly difficult to identify, says Seki. Continues, quote, they're barely larger than a grain of sand and they all look identical. You cannot tell the species apart without dissecting them and examining their reproductive organs under a microscope.
Really?
Because of this difficulty, they got to lift the skirt up. Because of this difficulty, there are many misidentifications in past records.
In order to address these classification challenges, the researchers analyzed around 17,000 specimens, or 1,700 specimens, sorry. Their detailed examination revealed that the species commonly referred to in Japan as Stethorus japonicus, oh my gosh, is in fact the same as, Parastethorus siphonulus, species found across a wide geographic range from China
to Southeast Asia. Wow. During the course of the review, the team also identified another previously unrecognized species from Hokkaido, which they named Parastethorus takokai. Seki chose this name in honor of his grandmother, Takako Otsuki, acknowledging her long-standing encouragement of his interest in entomology.
Oh, how nice! Name the bug after your grandmother.
What a good boy!
Bug. Yeah, what a nice guy. Quote: standardizing these names is important because it allows us to share data and make Scott sound foolish, and research with other countries in Asia. That's according to Saki. Going on with the quote, it clarifies that this is a widespread species found from the tropics to temperate Japan. The tropics.
Yeah.
So are we talking about like in South Africa and South America?
Yeah.
Or are we talking about islands? Tropical islands? I don't know. We need more clarification on that. Anyway, go ahead.
For Associate Professor Munetoshi Maruyama of the Kyushu University Museum, who supervised the research, the findings point to how much remains undiscovered even in everyday environments.
Quote again, people rarely notice such small insects, but my wife would notice them, I'll tell you that. But as our study showed, even in a city or on a university campus, there are unknown species living right beside us. Sounds like some of the Democrats. Says Maruyama. Quote again, these minor insects support our ecosystems. I hope this discovery makes people interested in the diverse and fascinating world that exists unnoticed at our feet.
True.
You know, I know people very well that said God gave us feet so we could squish insects and bugs. So yeah.
Okay, there you have it.
There we go. Great story.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow.
Take care, everyone. Have a great afternoon.